Hello again. I was fascinated to see how the BBC would deal with the coverage of the huge march which took place in central London yesterday, in which tens of thousands of people gathered for a rally, the theme of which was, of course, uniting the kingdom. This was associated with Tommy Robinson, who was unable to be there due to being arrested on Friday. The whole affair passed off peacefully, so there'd be no chance of the BBC dismissing them as a bunch of thugs and football hooligans, which must have been a grave disappointment to them. There were so many people there too that it wouldn't really be possible to ignore the event entirely. The strategy adopted by the BBC was absolutely masterful, and I am reluctantly compelled to admire how they handled such an embarrassing circumstance as many thousands of people quietly displaying their patriotism. In the description to this video, I give a link to coverage of the rally on the BBC website. By happy coincidence, there was in Trafalgar Square yesterday a meeting of a few hundred members of a group called United Friends and Families Campaign, a predominantly black group who campaigned about deaths in police custody. Since the family of Chris Carver, the student of architecture who was shot by a police officer 2 years ago, was present, this gave the BBC the opportunity they needed to sideline the Unite the Kingdom rally. Click on the link which I give and compare the coverage given to an event which involved at most 300 people and a rally which was attended by at least 30,000. The United Friends and Family campaign, which was connected with Chris Carver, is given no fewer than 37 lines of text in the article from the website. By way of contrast, a rally which consisted of over 100 times as many people rated just 21 lines of text. Both rallies were thought to deserve 2 photographs, presumably because the one about the small rally in Trafalgar Square contained images of mourning black people. Nothing could more clearly illustrate the bias of our national broadcaster. One tiny rally consisting of a few hundred people, another with over 100 times as many, and yet it is the tiny group who are deemed worthy of 50% more mention than the really big march.